Hello, YouTube friends. This is Recovering Yankee, and I'm hot in sunny South Carolina. It is hot right now and humid. I have the dehumidifier running, the air conditioner running. Woo, it's hot. And here I am sitting around in my underwear on the Sabbath. Anyway, hold on. Today is the 11th of 5th month, and I'm getting ready to show you my meal chart for the day. And I have to explain something to you at the end of it. Okay, this is what I've eaten so far. I'm very full right now because that dish of eggs that I just ate, I'm still full. So I'm going to wait a little while. Okay, but anyway, I ate 8 eggs, which is a total of 560 calories, 40 fat, 0 carbs, and 48 protein. That's 8 eggs, 8 large eggs. Down here I have the 8 ounces of chicken strips, 250 calories, 2.5 fat, 2.5 carbs, and 52.5 proteins. Down here, I have the 2 tablespoons of butter, 24 fats, 0 carbs, 0 protein. Down here, next below it, I have 97 calories. That's for 4 ounces of sweet potato. I only had enough to make 4 ounces of sweet potato, so that's why I had to change the rating. So 97 for 4 ounces of sweet potato, 0.1 fats for 4 ounces of sweet potato, 22.8 carbs for a 4-ounce sweet potato, and 1.8 proteins for the 4-ounce sweet potato. Down next below that is carrots. 17.5 for 3 ounces of carrots, 0 fat for 3 ounces of carrots, 4 carbs for 3 ounces of carrots, and 0.5 protein for 3 ounces of carrots. Just so you know, I have not eaten the carrots or the sweet potatoes yet because I am still full from those eggs. I did not have any beef sticks today. I did not have any MCT oil today. I put a half a teaspoon of, I'm trying to learn about coffee without cream. It didn't taste as good, but anyway, I put a half a teaspoon of cream in my eggs. That's thanks to Chef Gordon Ramsay. He came up with that idea. He calls it cream fraîche, but it's really just cream. So 13.3 calories, 1.2 fats, 0.3 carbs, 0.3 proteins. Okay, apple cider vinegar has no values in any of those meters, so that's all zeros. Now, I haven't had the apple cider vinegar yet. I'll have that before I go to bed. The lemon juice, I haven't had it yet, but that's, again, going to be in a bit. It's got 10 calories, 0.1 fat, 0.32 carbs, 0.2 proteins. Liver, I've already had that. 75, sorry, hang on, my arms are getting tired here. 75 calories, 2.0 fat, 2.0 carbs, and 11.5 protein. That's for liver. And again, that's a half piece of liver, so it's a total of 2 ounces. I used to do a third, and a third every day, but I didn't think it was enough, so I just started doing a half. I did not have any honey today. And fish sauce has no values except for 1/3 proteins, and that's for 1 teaspoon. Okay? Now, my totals so far are 116.1 proteins and a total of 104.7 carbohydrates and fats, which comes from 69.9 carbohydrates and 34.8, I'm sorry, start over again, 69.9 fats and 34.8 carbohydrates. So the total for, you can see right there, that's my carb column, my fat column, protein column. So I'm going to say that again in case I made a mistake. 69.9 or 70 fats. 34.8, or just call it 35, carbs. 116.1 proteins. Now, I'm going to add something. Hold on. Okay, as you know, I need to have a 50-50 ratio between this side, which is the fat and the carbs, and this side. So these two have to equal 155, and this one has to equal 155. So right now I have 104 versus 116. Now, it's acceptable if the carb and fat side is less than the protein side, but it cannot be more than the protein side. It has to be less. So this is going to have to change. Now, what must I add in order to get the right numbers? Well, right now I'm at 116, which means I need about 40-something proteins, right? 40 plus 116 is 156. So I need 40-something proteins, and I really don't want to change the carbs and the fat too much. Carbs, fat, or in this case, carbs and fat, okay? I don't want to change the carbs and the fat too much. But I know whatever I eat, unless it's just pure egg whites, is going to give me, I got to get 40 units of protein and approximately maybe 40 units of total carbs and fat. So here's what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to add 10 ounces of protein. This is going to be 10 ounces of burger. That's 717.5 carbs, 57.5 fats, 0 carbs, and 47.5 proteins. Now look what that's going to do to change it. It puts me at 163.6 proteins and a combination of 162.2 carbs and fats. Fat being 127.4, carbs being 34.8. This is how you do this if you are eating in pieces, because there's no way humanly possible that I can eat 155 grams of protein in one sitting. That's too much. So I split my meals into 3 parts, okay? I still do the 6-hour window of eating with intermittent fasting, but I don't eat all of it at once because it's too much. So I break it up into 3 parts. Every 2 hours I eat some more. As I said a minute ago, I'm very full from those eggs. 8 ounces of chicken and 8 eggs. That's a lot of meat, plus liver. That's a lot. So if you do that like I do it, where you do it in pieces per day, and if you want to change your foods throughout the day, or if you're not sure how much you should take in, you have to have a chart that's something like this. And if anyone asks, I will send you a copy of this chart if I can do it. And then you can put it on your computer. And I'm not going to charge you for that. That's ridiculous. I'll just give it to you. And you can use it on your computer. Now this is Microsoft Works spreadsheet stuff. So anyway, let's say it on burger. You know you need approximately, based on your body weight and your height, you know how much you need. Hold on. So just in case you don't have the ability to understand how to make the weight and the height the weight and height chart match, I made a weight and height chart. As you can see, you tell me what size you are, or I can send a copy of this to you. 5'4". Let's say you're 5'4". Your height in inches is 64 inches. I could care less how much you are in kilometers or whatever you are. Meters, centimeters, inches, I don't know. I only know inches in feet. So if you're 5'4" or 64 inches, if you're a man, you need 130 pounds. That's your minimum body weight should be 130 pounds. If you're a woman at 5'4", your ideal body weight should be 120 pounds. Let's say you're a woman that's 5'4". You need 120 pounds of protein a day, and 120 grams of protein a day. If you eat 120 pounds, you'll be 10 times fatter than you are now. So you need 120 grams of protein a day and 120 grams of fat and carbs combined. If you're 5'4" and you're a man, you need 130 grams of protein a day and 130 grams of protein and fat combined. And this chart is so easy to understand. 5'6", these numbers. 5'8", these numbers. 5'11", these numbers, etc. All the way up to 7 feet if you're the Hulk. There you go. The Hulk needs a minimum of 230. I don't tell the Hulk what to eat. Sorry. The Hulk tells me what he's going to eat. Okay? But say you're a famous basketball player and you're 6 feet tall. Well, you're probably 6'5". Lou Ferrigno's 6'5". He needs 195 grams minimum of protein per day, because his weight is 195 pounds minimum. So he needs 195 protein, 195 carbs and fat. If Lou Ferrigno's wife wants to do this and she's 6'5", then she needs 185 minimum body weight pounds. She needs 185 proteins and she needs 185 carbs and fat combined. Again, if you ask me, I will send you a copy of this. I'll email it to you. I don't know that your computer will accept Microsoft Work spreadsheet, so I'll just make a copy of it and I'll send it to you. Okay? I don't know how to ask you for your email or something, because if you put your email, and then you'll start getting spam from everyone in the world. So I'm not asking you to put your email up, and I'm not asking you to put your text messaging up, because you'll get spam from them too. So I'm going to let you, if you can't tell me how to do your email, or if you don't want to tell me how to do your email, and if you can't or won't tell me how to do your text messaging, which I don't recommend anyway, then let me leave this chart up for you so you see how much it is. And you take a picture of it with your cell phone, and from there, take a picture of it with your cell phone and recopy it yourself, okay? You can see I have on this part so far, I have 6 all the way down to 6'1". And this way I can transfer right to you, okay? So now I've got it down to the second part of the chart. I'm leaving this here for you on purpose, so in case you do not wish me to send you a copy of this via text message or email, you can just pause your phone here and get down the information you need, okay? Or take a photo of it with your phone. Now back to the original chart, my nutrition chart. The way I work on this is I have to sometimes go on the internet, or if there's a package, I can look at the package and determine how many calories are on it, how many fats, how many carbs, how many proteins. Now, sometimes the package is not clear what you might need, so that at that point you have to go to the internet. And once you type in nutritional value for anything, this is weird about the internet. Let's say you type in for 80-20 burger. You type in 4 ounces of 80-20 burger, and you want the nutritional value of calories, fat, grams of protein, and carbs. I'm sorry, I said a bad word, grams. Sorry. I'll put a quarter in the swear jar. Anyway, you go to site A, and it's going to tell you one amount of calories, fat, carbs, and protein. You go to site B, it's going to tell you a completely different amount for the exact same 80-20 burger. Then you go to site 3, and it's going to tell you again another different metrics for calories, fat, carbs, and protein than the other 2 sites. And if you do the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 8 and 10 sites, you'll see all of them have different numbers for their calories, fat, carbs, and protein. So I think what you have to do is you're going to have to pick your favorite one, because they're all different. So I usually use NutritionX. Let me show you what that looks like. Hold on. Okay, so here I typed in nutrition information, 4 ounces 80-20 beef. You get the Google number right there for 4 ounces. Now, I dare you to compare that. You have the Google number. Apparently, that Google number comes from Rochester EDU, Encyclopedia Content. Then, if you compare that to fatsecret.com, which is it's going to have a different set of numbers for the same metrics. Then, if you go to Nutritionix, that's the one I like to use. But I'm not saying it's the best one. I don't even know if it's a good one. It's just one of the ones that comes up first, and I grab it. And I've decided to use it all the time. Then you can go to the USDA right here. They're going to have different numbers. Then, of course, I just did Fat Secret. My Food Diary, that's going to have more different numbers. My Fitness Pal, that's going to have different numbers. Nutrition Value, that's going to have different numbers. So, and then you can keep going on and on and on. I just picked Nutritionix. Okay? I randomly picked it. I don't know if it's a better site or a more accurate site or a less accurate site. I only know that I just picked it randomly off Google. Now, this tells you 80% lean beef, 20% fat beef. And it's calling it crumbles. I guess that means chopped up, all into little pieces. Here are your metrics based on Nutritionix for 4 ounces. Again, other sites are going to have different numbers, I promise you. I've done this before, I looked at it. So far with Nutritionix, calories are 308 for 4 ounces. Fat is 20 grams. You can see it's right here. Fat is 20 grams for 4 ounces. Carbs, 0 grams for 4 ounces. Protein, 31 grams for 4 ounces. Now, another thing you have to do with this chart that I just showed you, that I'm going to deliver to you guys if you want it, is you can put, if you eat 8 ounces, you got to mathematically figure out how to do it for 8 ounces. This chart allows you to change it to 8. Watch. Enter. And now it changed it to 616 calories and 40 fats based on 8 ounces. This one has 0 carbs for 8 ounces. And this has 62 grams of protein. Oops, I'm sorry, I said a swear word again. I apologize. Another quarter goes in the quarter jar. There you go. I will try not to say swear words like grams, meters, kilograms, kilometers, centimeters, centigrade, centa, blah, blah, blah. Milla, hefa, hana, honolulu. I'm not saying those words anymore. I'm an American. We were taught the British imperial system. I'm going to use the British imperial system. If Britain wants to go out of their way and change their methodology that they've had ever since they've been a country, that's fine. But I'm American. I'm not changing my numbers, so I'm not going to say those words. So every time I say grams or centimeters or millimeters or kilometers or kilograms, I must put a quarter in the quarter jar. Where's my quarter? 1, 2, 3. Quarters in the quarter jar. Okay, so anyway, getting back to my little, sorry about my little digression. If you want to do 10 ounces, which is what I did today, hit enter, and now you get 770 calories, 50 you-know-whats of fat, 0 carbs, and 77.5 proteins. Okay? Anyway, now I'm going to turn this off. Turn this off. Go back to my chart here. When you get to the point throughout the day where you have to figure out that you need 50 grams of... Oops, I'm sorry. Darn it, man. Why, you terrible British. I love the country of London. I love the country of Great Britain. I don't like how they switched out of into the metric system. I can't stomach it. Britain is America's mother. Mommy taught us how to use inches and pounds and feet. Mommy did not teach us how to use the metric system. And then at a later time in life, mommy decided to change to the metric system. And now we Americans, her children, are the only ones in the world that use the imperial measuring system. And someone is trying to change America to the metric system, and we reject. We reject. Mom, come back to our camp. Please go back to the imperial measuring system. Thank you. Okay, anyway, you have to figure out with your food, like say you don't have burger in your house, you're going to have to figure out with chicken or maybe fish. You're going to have to figure out how many calories you need in order to make your numbers come up to this ratio, 155 to 155. Now, you can always go better, like I said earlier. You can always do 163 as long as the carbohydrates and fat is less than that. That's how this diet works. Anyway, thank you very much. Hit like and subscribe. A lot of explanation and a lot of digression. I hope you don't unfriend me or uncircumcise me, unsubscribe me because of this. Okay? Peace.